Hi Vinyl Community, it's Mike here, and today I'm going to show you more of the stuff that I've been listening to recently. And the connection between all of these albums is that the artists are in the K section of my collection. And then when I've done that, I'm going to show you some, what I can only describe as some very sweet VCLT that I received recently. So if you want to know why it was so sweet, you need to watch until the very end. So without further ado, here goes. And the first artist is singer-songwriter. She's from Russia. She calls herself Kate NV. And this is her album from 2020. And as you can see, it's called Room for the Moon. And her real name is Ekaterina Shlonosova. And there you go. And that's the track listing. So her music, it's quite poppy in places, but it's also, you've got sort of ambient and abstract sounds in here, and some of it I can only really describe as being like sort of, Japanese synth pop really. And anyway, she's a great singer, great songwriter, and she sings in both Russian and English, and sometimes Russian and English in the same songs. And as you can see by the first track on side 2, Ça commence par, she also sings one track in French. And this is a really nice album. I'll show you the unit there. So there's all the lyrics. I don't know if you can see that they're in Russian and also in English, and I think yes, there's even one in Japanese there. So she's a multi-linguist as well as a multi-instrumentalist, and this is a really good album, as I say. And one track I'd pick out here is a track on side 1 called Marathon 15, and there are real shades of Kate Bush in that song. So if you like a good female singer-songwriter, then Kate NV is really up your street, I think. Right, so the next one, also from the K section, because once I've just put in the Kate NV album back, and I thought, there's a lot of stuff beginning with K, or artists beginning with K, that I haven't listened to for quite some time. So I just grabbed a few out and listened to them, and one of them was this. And it's now by King Creosote. It's from 2016, and it's called Astronaut Meets Appleman. And King Creosote is a Scottish singer-songwriter called Kenny Anderson, and his music is very dream poppy but indie folk. It's a kind of mixture of the two really, and I really love this stuff. You can get lost in his music, I think. And the first track on here, You Just Want, is probably my favourite track on the album. And to make matters even better, there was a bonus 10-inch in here, one-sided 10-inch in here, and the track on there is The Long Fade. And again, that's also an excellent track, as are all of the tracks on here. There's Beetlejuice on side 2, Peter Rabbit Tea, I really like that. Rules of Engagement. It's really lovely album, as I say. Indie folk, and the title of the album comes from Kenny's daughter. So his young daughter was playing with a toy astronaut, and she also had a little figure that was carved out of an apple, and she said, "Astronaut meets Appleman," and he thought, well, that's a good title for an album, isn't it? And so there you go. So this is from 2016, King Creosote, bit of Scottish indie folk, Astronaut Meets Appleman. Right. So what's next? Yes, an American multi-instrumentalist and songwriter. He's also an artist, this guy, and his name is Tim Coe. And this is his album, again from 2020, and it's called In Your Dreams. And there's the album. There's not a lot to see on there, although all the track listing and everything is on the is on the inner there, and you can see all the tracks and the details. And there's a picture of Tim on the other side. So as I say, he's a multi-instrumentalist. He's also an artist, and this little portrait came with the album that he had done. So there you go, a little art print there, and yeah. So it's kind of like quite experimental, quite electronic. It's indie rock, very broadly it's indie rock, but there's also sort of moments of really fuzzed up psych in there. And yeah, it's a fantastic album, and it's Timko, and it's In Your Dreams, and yeah, and I was pleased to listen to that again. Right, this one is a bit of a blast from the past, and it's Kanaan and Space Shanty. So I'll show you the inner there. Right, so this is a short-lived project. It's Canterbury Theme Prog from 1972, and it's a project primarily of Steve Hillage and Dave Stewart, and then you've got Nick Greenwood, who plays the bass on this, and Eric Peachy, who's the drummer. And they made one album and then they split up before they could make a second one. And all the tracks here are written by Steve Hillage, apart from one, I think, which is a joint composition with Nick Greenwood. And it's Canterbury Theme Prog, it's space rock, and if you like that, if you like Steve Hillage, if you like bands like I don't know, Egg, Hatfield and the North, and National Health, all bands that Dave Stewart was in. And then there's Arzachel, which was a very short-lived prog band from late 60s. And Dave Stewart and Steve Hillage were both in that band. And, Steve Hillage was in the process of writing songs for the second Kanaan album when they split up, and those tracks ended up on his album Fish Rising. So that's, as I say, a blast from the past, a bit of Canterbury Theme Prog. Right, now this next one is she's a composer. She's based in Brooklyn, but she has roots in the Middle East, in Syria, in Palestine, in Lebanon, and this is her album from 2020. It's as you can see, it's what am I saying? Faten Kanaan, and her album A Mythology of Circles. And this is a really, really nice. It's a lovely album. I mean, what she does is she creates these sort of sonic sort of landscapes by using a lot of repetition, a lot of loops and program cycles, and it's synth based, it's keyboard based, and it's really, it's a really, really nice album. And microphone nearly went there. And I don't know if there's anything. No, there's not anything in here that I can really show you. But so this is her album. She's got about 3 or 4 albums out on the Fire label, and she's definitely worth checking out if you like that sort of composed electronic ambient music. So there you go. Right, now this one is something else. This is album by the singer-songwriter from Benin in Africa, and it's Angelique Kidjo, and this is Remaining Light. And what this is, it's a track-for-track tribute to Talking Heads album. So absolutely, every track is on there, but she uses the sort of the sounds and the language of Benin in order to create an album that is just so different from Talking Heads. And it's a complete reimagining of that album, and it's almost as though the the Talking Heads album has been used as a sort of, a catalyst to create something completely new. And I mean, everything's on here. The whole of the Talking Heads album. I mean, I don't know what Houses in Motion. That's a really, really excellent track. But Born Under Punches. That's the opening track. That's really, really excellent as well. So Angelique Kidjo and her rendition of Remain in Light, and that's from 2018. So those were the albums beginning with K that I was listening to, and I also received some VCLT last Friday, and it's been quite a long time coming because there's a bit of story behind all of this, and I've got two people to thank. The first person I need to thank is Romuald, French Vinyl Addict, who sent me this VCLT. And secondly, I also need to thank David Atkinson. And I'll leave links to both their channels here. And David visited Canada and the United States in the summer. And he met up with Romuald. And Romuald wanted to get some VCLT to me, and he asked Dave if he would kindly do it. And so Dave said yes, he would. And next time he's travelling up through Leeds, he'd drop stuff off. And it's been a little while that Dave's not been able to get to Leeds until recently, but it's well worth the wait. And I really appreciate your effort, David, in becoming the vinyl community's delivery driver. So what did I get? Well, two albums here. This is the first one, and as you can see, this is Quebec post-punk and new wave, and this is all quite sort of rare sort of stuff. So this is volume 1 of a compilation, and when I say it's rare, it really is quite rare. I mean, a lot of these artists, I think they only made 1 or 2 singles, and there are a lot of French artists here, French Canadian artists here, and also sort of artists who are singing in English. And on this one, you've got a band. They're on the front here, a band called Blue Oil, and the vocals on their track, which is called Money, reminds me very much of Pauline Murray from Penetration. But you've got other people on here. A very, very punk sounding name here, Les Frères Pogo, the Pogo Brothers. Yeah, so that's good. So yeah, and the album itself comes with a booklet, and it's in both French and English, and it's fanzine style. I haven't had a chance to actually read this properly yet, but it's packed full of information, and then little photographs of them performing, photographs of their singles, etc., etc. So that was the first one, and for good measure, Romuald also sent me volume 2, and this is again Quebec post-punk and new wave volume 2, and this one is 1979 to 1983. And again, there's lots of artists in here that none of them I know, apart from one. And you see on side 2 there's Men Without Hats. And of course, Men Without Hats had sort of quite a big sort of worldwide hit with Safety Dance. But that's not the track on here. And in fact, the track on here, which is called National 7, is far superior to Safety Dance in my opinion. So that's it. And again, this one came with a fanzine style booklet as well. There you go. That's that one. So yeah, I mean, Romuald knows that this sort of thing, post-punk, is right up my street. So thank you very much for that. But he sent me something else, and this was a piece of VCLT that isn't vinyl at all. And as I said, it's some very sweet sort of VCLT, because what he sent me is a can of maple syrup, and this is dark maple syrup. As you can see, it says here it's Canada Grade A. So this is the real stuff. This is hardcore maple syrup. And again, I must thank David, because David had to carry this with him back to the UK, and it weighs a bit. What is it? It's about half a kilo, I think, of maple syrup in there. And yeah. This is really, really good. And I had said to Romuald before that if you buy maple syrup in the UK, it comes in tiny little bottles, and it costs an arm and a leg, and you don't really get very much for your money. But he said, well, this is what Canadians buy, and once you've opened it, you can put it in the fridge in a sealed jar, and it will keep forever. So thank you very much for that. So that's it. So it's what I've been listening to, what I received from Romuald via David Atkinson, and I'm really pleased with that. And so until next time, I'll see you all. So bye.